new map. Last minute votes. We got underwater caves. So that's the one we're going to do today. I don't know this map, so I'm going to explore a little bit here. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Okay, so it's not a terribly big map side to side. And we are already at the top. Okay. Huh. Okay, well, I guess it's going to be time to figure out what we want to do with this map. Unless there's some sort of weird secret to it. Like there's some sort of weird, like, infinite water or infinite whatever resource. We'll have to figure out how to use that, I guess. Otherwise, I guess this will just be a kind of process and try to use every last pixel that we can. So I can see how much gold and void and amethyst, not amethyst, void bloom. No, fluxite. See how much we got of that, I guess. Oh, I broke it, guys. I broke it. Let's see, there should be a unstick. Nope, not that. There we go. Whew. Welcome, Gray. I think I got the chat window to not be taking up space with the color box or whatever, but I don't know. It should be fine. I'll go ahead and turn that down a bit there. There, hopefully that's better. I'm never entirely sure if I've got the stuff set up right between different games, because sometimes some games are louder than others, and sometimes just the music in general is louder. So, but yeah, no, having a new map is gonna be fun, because this is not a map I have played. I played a few of the like the older maps, some of the originals, I guess, first maps that people made for it. So I've at least had a bit of play with that. So some of the new maps, as people have learned the different ins and outs of map making for this. Some fun concepts. I mean, that's how what was the previous Oasis map was. trying to figure out all the different stuff, and then it turns out you have infinite of all the resources. Actually, that's not going to work. It's going to be so much nicer when I finally get the big grabber going, too. So I was looking at figuring out if I can do the like multi-stream stuff, and you can set it up so you can be like, oh, I'm gonna stream on Twitch and Kick and Rumble and YouTube, and you know, you can stream on everything all at once and combine all the chats and stuff. But in order to do that with Streamlabs, apparently you have to pay for the subscription version of it. I was like, I don't do enough of that, and I definitely don't make money doing streaming, so I'm not paying for the subscription to multi-stream. I'm also considering if I do streaming for this, but maybe recording different games, like, I don't know, play RimWorld or like City Skylines or something, you know? And then I can do those as just videos. Well, hello, Electric. Glad you could join. Right now we're in the boring stages of filtering dirt and sand. I constantly call it dirt because it's brown. Filtering the wet sand to start getting all the gold. Good old boring parts. Wrong thing. And I placed it, and I didn't want to do that. Okay, there we go. And now this way, I don't have to go flying back and up and down. I just grab it from here and dump it onto there, and it'll do it all for me. For a second, I was thinking you were saying you made the map, but I was going to ask you if there's any weird things like infinity of whatever. And then I realized you were talking about the stream and being able to make that. So. I need to hurry and get to the flux site so I can start getting a bigger grabber. I'm also going to need to figure out adding a little noise, like a ding or a notification to chat stuff, because I figured out how to take off the weird, like the theme or the whatever it's called, the little blue screen that used to be on there. But now, because I took that off, it came with a noise, and now I don't have a noise, so I have to constantly make sure I'm checking everything. It's going to be too much work. I don't want to do that right now. I don't know how many of you guys, whether obviously the ones watching now or anybody who ends up watching this later, if you remember or if you ever saw the, I don't think I streamed it, but I did the video on that demo where you clean up an island and you're like picking up all the trash on a tropical island. That game came out and I kind of want to get it. It's not technically sand related, I suppose. It's more just like an incremental game, and you just clean the island. I kind of want to get that game. I think it's like $25 or something. Maybe that'll be one that I can do videos on. I just have too many things to do. So editing and making videos is a little low on my priority list. I know most of you guys joining me tonight, or joining me for this, don't usually join me tomorrow for Abiotic Factor. But if you were planning on it, or if you do join me on tomorrow night, I actually have a schedule shift at work, so I won't be doing streaming tomorrow night. I'll be doing it. I'll be doing that on Tuesday night. So instead of Wednesday being instead of Monday being my day off, it's gonna be Wednesday. That'll be my other day off this week. Not sure how that's going to affect much. On a positive note, weather has been getting really nice around here, so I've been going out and getting my walks in more. It's been pretty nice. I think I've dropped 10 pounds, 15 pounds almost. Oh, and those mints I was telling you guys about, those Mentos mint pack things. Not the regular Mentos, but it's like these little hard, almost Altoid style mints. Comes in a big pack of like 150. I've been taking that with me when I go on my walk, and then I'll just sit there and pop one in my mouth, and I'll just suck on that while I'm walking. And by the time I'm done with my walk, like, everything feels really cold in my lungs and in my nose. It's pretty cool. I've got a whole bunch of slag to deal with now. Oh, but I do have enough to buy the gun. Oh, filters? Or save up for tools? Let's go with tools. I forgot to buy me a soda today. I was going to get a soda so I could get a little bit of caffeine, keep me going for stream tonight, instead of getting tired and trying to not fall asleep while I'm playing. I don't want to be one of those weirdos that falls asleep on a stream on purpose. I don't get the people who do that. I mean, the ones who do it on purpose anyway. Like, they just set up a camera and then they just sleep and people watch it. That's the weird part. People watch it. I mean, I guess it takes some dedication. If you're gonna have an entire setup just to, like, have people watch you sleep. Although I don't get Twitch, and that's a big part of why I wouldn't stream with Twitch. I mean, I would, just because, you know, getting out there and letting people see the games and hopefully getting people to enjoy the games with me. But the way Twitch does their, like, terms of service or use or whatever it's called, it's just weird. I mean, you can have, what is it? I forget what genre they call it, but it's like real streamers or chatters or whatever they call it. and they just have like girls in bikinis in a hot tub or a pool, and that's literally the stream. It's just girls sitting there talking to each other, whatever. And Twitch will allow that type of stuff. But then if somebody says something a little bit mean, Twitch is like, "You're a terrible person. You have to. You can't use our service and stream." And yet, double standards for something else. I don't know. Twitch is weird. Oh, there's John. Hey, John. I'm just complaining about Twitch and how they have double standards, and I don't want to stream on Twitch. I need to go find red sand or fluxite. Because I'm going to need to start processing all this stuff. It's almost crazy to think that in my lifetime I have seen people go from, in order to be on a camera, you have to be either like a movie star or like a news anchor or something, to being on camera can be just anybody, because you have your phone, and everybody's phone is even better than most cameras from 20 years ago. Like, I mean, it's just crazy. Kids are going, "Oh, I want to be a YouTuber. That's going to be my job." And you're like, what? Well, unfortunately, I can't really turn my volume up on my microphone. All I can do is turn down the audio. It's probably just because I'm a little quieter. I'm not one of those big, rambunctious, yell and scream kind of YouTube types. But I can try to be louder. I just don't want to be really loud because then I'll be interrupting and messing with my kids' sleep because I'm trying, I want them to get some sleep. I kind of want to get, because of issues like that where my audio stuff is just kind of weird, I want to get I need to learn how and figure out if I can even afford it, but get one of those audio stream decks or whatever it's called so I can adjust the volumes of stuff. I just have like little knobs that sit above my keyboard or something, and I can, like, oh, this is too loud, turn it down. Oh, this is too quiet, turn it up. Oh, hit a button, transition screens. Although the guys who do that kind of stuff, who really get into streaming, you get a second computer, because then one computer can be running everything while the other computer is just joining the chats and the streaming part of it, so that even if something happens, you can still talk to people, and then you just have to reload the game or whatever. Where if I'm doing something and that crashes, then that pretty much just means it's done until I get it back up and running. So, but with the price of some of the components now, yeah, I can't get a second computer just for streaming stuff. I mean, I have like 5 computers in my house, but none of them are for streaming purposes. Yeah, it could be interesting playing multiplayer. I mean, I feel like if you wanted to do that, you would need a pretty good sized map. Because a game like this, you need lots of space to move around. Oddly enough, though, a game that is actually kind of fun, that is multiplayer, I played with my wife a little bit, is Planet Crafter, where like the one where you're terraforming a planet. You have to build stuff to slowly get like oxygen and water and heat and whatnot. That's a pretty fun game. I think another game that would be pretty fun, but I'm not quite sure how it would work logistically, RimWorld. Being able to play a game like that with somebody, but it would be tricky because you have the basic map, but then you can go explore tiles all over the planet, and that would be tricky unless each person goes on the exploration. Like if you go traveling somewhere, you'd have to have each person maybe, because otherwise it would be trying to load multiple different areas, and unless you have a decent computer, that could be difficult. Ooh, and honestly, because I have been playing it on my own, but I've played it with the what's the I don't know where I was going with that sentence exactly. I'm not sure how I was trying to word that. But I've been playing it because I've been doing the stream for Abiotic Factor. But I have played it on my own a bit, and I have also played it multiplayer. Again, play with my wife sometimes, and a couple of other people I've played with. And that game is really fun on multiplayer. I think you can only have like 4 people or 6 people, but honestly, it's a lot of fun. Supernovas? Not supernovas. You might be thinking solar flares, where it like cuts out electricity every so often, and you have to do stuff without power and whatnot. It's on a very similar style with that top-down sort of 2D where the characters are just little tiny, like square, blobby looking type characters. Yeah, RimWorld is interesting. It's a fun enough game. It is the type of game, kind of like Sandustry, where it very quickly can become a time suck, where you start playing, especially if you have some of the mods or something, you start playing, and it feels like you've been playing for an hour, and you realize you've been playing for like 6 hours straight. It's really easy to lose track of time in that game. Because there's just constantly so much to do, and it's always something going on. Yeah, I'm not sure of a game with a supernova. I'd have to look into that. Yeah, there's a handful of games though that I would like to play with other people. It's just hard to have people to play with because either work schedules are different, or days off are different, or they don't have the game, or I don't have the game. So there's plenty of games I would like to play. Yeah, and even that would honestly, that would be one of the reasons, especially early on, for doing streaming and doing videos and doing stuff like that, to be able to get enough stuff that ad revenue on a channel could pay for my games, because then I would have more games I could play with you guys. Yeah, time zones definitely can play a part into that. I mean, it's hard enough having to get up for work at 4:30 in the morning, but that means I have to go to bed at like 8:30, and most people are not ready to go to bed at 8:30. I mean, most normal days, I'm going to bed not long after I put my kids to bed. And I don't mind playing most of my games when my kids are up, but there's no way I'm going to be trying to stream or do videos when they're here. Way too much kid energy. All the noise and all the fighting, constant questions. I mean, the questions I suppose wouldn't be too bad, just because it would basically be like giving exposition. So I could use, like, say my son asks me about something, I could be like, yeah, here's this, and then explain it, and that would be the same as if I was explaining it to all the people watching. But it'd be more about the long, constant harassment of the other kids. Fighting, like, oh, they did this. Oh, don't do that. They said this. Nope. I probably put that too close. There we go. And then just in case. I mean, I don't have anywhere to put spores right now, so it's not really going to matter, but this might be a little easier. Instead of constantly trying to grab and throw it and grab and throw it. Oop, wrong button. I want to burn everything. Burn it all. Pyro. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm borderline pyromaniac. Because I very much enjoy burning things and lighting things on fire. But I do try to do it productively and safely. But I do. And that's the part that, needs to be careful. For a long time, my parents' house, there was a big wax worked in stained chunk because I had a candle and it ended up tipping over. So, which, you know, could have been dangerous if I hadn't been careful enough and caught it quickly. But yeah, a nice, oh man. Yeah, a nice big red. How big? Like 4 or 5 inches across, like a big splatter of red wax stuck in the carpet. In fact, I'm gonna light my current candle. Vanilla flower blossoms. It smells pretty good. There. Now it'll smell good. There. Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna have to figure out a planter box. I'm getting the spores. Let's see. Go find fluxite. This is quickly going to end up clogging everything. So I think what I'm going to do is while I let this process through, let's go wander around and search out stuff. Oh, there we go. I win the game. Oh, is there more than one? Usually it pops up the thing, thank you for playing the demo. I wonder if that means there's more than one of these in this map. Oh, I want that. Oh, it's in Crackstone a bit. That's mean. Oh, there's even more Crackstone? Oh. It's like one of those games where you have to progress a whole bunch and then eventually you unlock the easy way. It's like, oh, you gotta get the whatever key card, and then once you get the key card, then it can unlock the door at the very end of where you need to go, so you can go back to where you started to go to the next area. I bet it's like that. I'll go around, and eventually, after going all over the place, I'll end up back here, and that'll be finally when I can get to it and get the fluxite, and then I'll have enough money and I can buy the rocket launcher I bet that's what it is. Hey, well, welcome, DK. Yeah, you'll have to go back and watch how I completely botched and screwed up several things last week. So this map is called Underwater Caves. So, you know, it's underwater and I'm sure there's a lot of caves. Sitting there randomly shooting the wall because I looked over it, so my mouse moved over. So I'm just sitting there shooting the wall while I'm reading chats. I have been doing pretty good. Just doing work-related stuff and helping watch my sister's basically newborns, kind of still. But her and her husband both work, so we've been babysitting a bit because their work schedules overlap a little bit. It's one of the things that's been keeping me busy. Oh, yeah, no, that's... If you're hearing weird noise in the background, it's probably my dryer. My dryer's running. That's probably what it is. I forgot to switch the laundry earlier, so now there might be dryer noise. Hear all the tumbling from the clothes banging around in there. Surprise, surprise. There's another cave. Now I gotta see what's behind door number 2. Probably a cave. Ugh. Gonna give me a mint now. I'm enjoying these mints enough that I went ahead and bought like a 4-pack of these. So now there's 4. Each pack has 150 mints. So I've got 4 of those, so I'm gonna have like 1,000 mints. I mean, really, it's like 600, but still, that's a lot of mint. Yeah, triple shot rocket launcher wouldn't be too bad, but triple shot sped up, and then the big grabber. Those are the two things. Those are the two things I want. This guy here, and these guys here. But I gotta add a few more zeros to it before it's gonna work very well that way. But going by how all of these are gonna work, and all the stuff built into little corners from the looks of it, yes, I might consider using the portals. Ooh, more purple. Purple nurple. Definitely looking forward to the full release, because going by the video stuff, there's going to be ways to cut through rocks. And if that's the case, that's going to be awesome. Go. There, let's start getting that out of the way. Get a little bit of gold. And yes, I know I could probably just dump it in. I'm trying to avoid as much movement as I can. I want to be efficient. I don't think I have any good ones. I mean, water, but I don't really need that right now. Yeah, I want to get that, and I definitely want to get that. So ooh, actually I can do this. No, I cannot do that. I mean, I can do that, but I don't want to do that. I do that. Ooh. Then I can start doing wet spores. mean, this might not be the best, because it's still going to take a minute, because I've still got to get this guy. But as soon as I do, I can start making use of it. And then I have Fluxite, and when I have Fluxite, that'll give me access to all my upgrades. And then I can have a big grabber, then I can have triple shot, and I can have everything else eventually, I'm sure. And I'll hold over for a moment. Yeah, it's not going to be useful to get that stuff yet. Let's see. Let's go ahead and toss you in here. Ooh, no. Let's do a conveyor belt. See if I can get this to form up. There. Got it. Although that water's probably going to come back through and fill this up. We'll get that taken care of. See, because I wish I had something that I could get rid of this. So I could let the stuff go through easier. That'd be so much easier. Well, again, I'll just deal with it. For now. But yeah, if all the twisty, windy tunnels and mishmashed cave bits are to go to go through, then yeah, I'm probably gonna set up the portals. I haven't played with them before, and I could definitely do this without. And I probably won't use the portals. I don't want to say not excessively, because I might use them excessively, but I'd use it for something like this, where it comes up to here, I'd portal, boom, drop it off here, so it doesn't have to have 100 different conveyor belts and launchers and, you know, things like that to get it up and around. Just make it a lot easier. Maybe absorbing some of the water will keep it from flowing too much. Then again, maybe not. I gotta say, the sound design for this game so far, it's good. Very calm and relaxing, kind of that style. Okay, well, that's kind of sort of under control, I guess. I'm just blocking that off. Oh no. Let's do allow. Where's spore? There it is. Okay. And yeah, this is all gonna be temporary. There. And then hopefully that'll work its way through, I guess. Yeah, I thought the dirt, or again, I keep calling it dirt. I thought that the wet sand was more dense and would fall through. I didn't think it was the other way around. Something wonky. Slag is not supposed to go through there. I see. And it is allowed to go through there. It's not, apparently I'm not very good at that. Okie dokie. Well, you have a good night, DK. Or afternoon, if I remember. I think you're nighttime, if I remember right. I would say you could tell your buddy I said hi, but he'd be like, who in the world are you talking about? It was this random stranger. There we go. How much do I need? 4? 4. Ooh, but this gives me the rocket launcher. Oh, that's tempting. As part of me wants to go and explore, and then the other part of me is saying no, clean it out as you go, because I want to have it all. One, I want it to be clean, and so it gives that satisfaction, that feeling of cleaning, you know, that accomplishment. Plus, it also feels kind of like it's a waste of time if I'm going this way and I'm going back and then I go around this way and then I go over to there and just constantly going all over the place. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, big stretch. Oh. Wrong button. I gotta search for more of the fluxite. Yeah, see, this right here, it's these kinds of little knobbly bits, those are the ones that make me wish I had something that could break this stone. Take out the red sand if I want to go further in. There we go. can already feel my eyes want to close, and my head keeps wanting to droop. I'm getting tired. That's not good. It's too soon. It's only like 2 hours past my bedtime. Yeah, maybe 3. Yeah, it's more like 2.5. Maybe it's because of the candle. I've got the candle going so everything smells good. It's making me all relaxed. Ooh, a little more flexite. Go get that mushroom. I like mushrooms, and not the fun take a trip kind, because I've never done those. I don't think I'd ever want to. But you know, the regular food kind, like the portobello or the baby bella, or I don't know, whatever bella ones there are. Yeah. For the weak and for the old. And for the young. For me. Okay, well this is getting too far off track, and I just know that right a little bit further than whatever it was I was digging at, that's where it's gonna come through and give me a bunch of stuff. I just know it. I might have to like get up and walk around for a minute and get my blood moving. This is why I wanted to get me, I don't know, like a Dr. Pepper or something. Get a little bit of caffeine, and that would help keep me awake long enough properly. Because I know when I start getting really tired, I start going quiet. My brain starts shutting off, and no fun. That's very possible. I know in YouTube, if you look, there are the different analytics on the videos when you post videos, and it'll tell you, you know, the average age range of the viewers, or the nationality, like where they're viewing from and what languages, you know, that kind of stuff. And most of my videos generally hit that like 30 to 40 range for viewers, so I wouldn't be surprised if you're a little older than me. because I'm old enough that I would be allowed to have a midlife crisis if I wanted, and I'm old enough that I remember all the fun texts. So I was there for cassettes and CDs and the internet and dial-up and old flip phones and phones that didn't even have screens and rotary dial phones. I'm old enough to know and have at least seen or all that stuff. Yeah. And I'm old enough that I start to forget how old I am. I have to go back through and be like do the math. I'm like, okay, well, it's this year, and then this is 10 years, and then this is 10 years, and this is 10 years, and then this is so many years, and then this is so many years, and I have to do math to remember how old I am. Although, to be fair, I more often than not had to do math to remember how old I was anyway. Yeah. Yeah, 56 is definitely a little bit older than me. About, like I said, I gotta do the math. 6 years? I mean, depending on when in the year. But yeah, about 6 years older than me. So you also remember all those fun technology advancements. And my wife was watching a YouTube video. It wasn't recently, but like a little while ago. And it was just like all these teenagers and their parents were showing them rotary dial phones and having them try to figure out how they worked. It's pretty funny because now when you dial a phone number, you hang up, you just hit the button, you know? And it's funny watching these kids, and they weren't sure. They were having a hard time figuring out how to actually dial, but they kept hitting the button to like clear the phone when you didn't have to do that. wasn't old enough for 8-track. I know my parents were there for that, but I was not old enough. So I never got to play with that stuff, but I was around for cassettes. I used to have one of those big, I mean, they still have them, but it was the old version. Those big karaoke speaker things. And it used to have like the dual cassette things where you could put the cassettes in and you could play the music and then sing along. Used to have one of those. Yeah. Yeah, kind of like a boombox. Kids nowadays will never know what that's like. Like, why would you carry a gigantic stereo system around? You just have your phones and you plug in your earbuds. It's like, if only it was that simple back in our day. Trying to use a Walkman or a Discman, but every time you took a step, it would skip the CD. I definitely don't miss dial-up. Having to listen to that terrible, horrible screeching sound. Oh wait, oh no, I think I need 4,000. Yeah, I need 4,000. Oh, but I should get the rocket launcher. Oh, but if I get the rocket launcher, I can't afford that for a while. And I want to afford that. Because I want to get to the flux site. And I want to get to the flux site quickly. That way I can upgrade all my stuff. same time, if I get the rocket launcher, it'll make stuff like this so much faster. Yeah, I will definitely need pipes at some point. Be able to transfer all the water around back and forth to where I actually want it instead of just filling up all these little caverns. I just wish there was a way I could grab lava instead of having to freeze it and then bring it around and then, you know, heat it back up again. Alright, let's let this burn a bit. It's so nice to be able to automate this part of things. Then I don't have to worry about it. I can just have it cycle around and keep burning and everything if I go about it. Yeah, I am going to need to make a spore launcher, or a spore washer. I'm also gonna need to, autosave. I'm also gonna need to get stuff set up for mixing the red sand. And yeah, I've got a lot of stuff to build up eventually. It's a very nicely drawn little tree. It's really pretty looking. we go. Oh, so close. So close to 4,000. It's taking a while. I have to get a rocket launcher to get through there. I bet this goes somewhere that also needs a rocket launcher to get through the cracked stone. I bet this is gonna wrap around or something, and that crack stone is just gonna be an easier way to get through. It's gonna be a shortcut. The rocket launcher gives me all the shortcuts. I bet that's what it is. Oh, but I don't want to use the money on that just yet. I want to get the flux stuff. Nice. That's what I wanted. Now, I can start collecting all the red sand. Because now I can use it. You know what, before I go up there and start making a mess and saying I'm going to do this or that and then rebuilding it all over and then coming back down here after I forget that I was supposed to be doing this, because I want all the red sand. There. If only the red sand wasn't heavy and, you know, sink to the bottom of everything. That'd be a lot better. Okay, now I just gotta let everything run for a minute. Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm gonna need to get up and like do some jumping jacks or something. Get the blood flowing. Why do I have wets? Oh, it's probably from digging out over there. Okay. I don't have a mixing chamber set up, so that's not gonna do me a whole lot of good just yet. I don't think this is getting enough. There we go. Probably still not all that much better, but it, you know, seems to be working better. Oh yeah, it's got the cracked stone down there. I think it was 3,000 to get the next, like, weapons set. Yeah. Oh, it's just the rocket launcher. Okay. I thought it was a rocket launcher and something else. How much does it cost to start these? Oh, 2,000? Ooh. Well, I don't think that's going to be in my future much, not too soon at least. I mean, material scanner, but I also don't want to waste it. I want to be able to get the other stuff as soon as possible. It's definitely looking like this just goes back up and around and under. Ooh, unless it just suddenly stops right here. Oh, that'd be the biggest troll. You think you're gonna have some secret way out, but the secret way just loops back to the area where the secret way starts? Definitely going to use portals. I don't know how the portals work exactly. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Ooh. Is this just another cavern? So you guys bored yet? Watching me just break pixels? Yeah, this is gonna be such a pain in the butt to haul all this stuff around. Like I said, when I start getting tired, I start going quiet. Probably noticed that I'm being kind of quiet right now. I suppose part of it is I don't have a lot of stuff to vocalize. Every so often I'll get just these random thoughts about stuff, and I usually write it down. But I haven't really written anything down for a while because streaming versus recording is a little bit different. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the game itself is a fairly calming game. Like I said, the music, the very repetitive sound, it's almost like a white noise. So honestly, I would not doubt if other people were watching this and going to sleep. I mean, for one, you have to listen to me, and I'm not some big, super vocally exuberant, screaming guy getting scared, playing a crazy game, and then yelling when I get jump scared or something. So it's not like you have that to wake you up. It's gonna come out somewhere on the top on the other side of the tree or something. It's a very long tunnel. I don't need lights. I don't use the vacuum. I guess we'll just keep processing more sand until we get enough money to get the rocket launcher. All my red sand made it up. Time to start mixing it and making the flux. Oh, hit the wrong button. Woo! All right. Burn some more of this. Oh. Yep. So I said I can't turn my microphone itself up anymore. It's already maxed out. And it picks up stuff. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I think that was just it starting for the dryer. I think my wife just checked it to see if it was dry, if it was completely dried. Because, you know, things like towels and stuff like that, whenever you try to wash them, they always take extra time to dry because they're meant to absorb the water. So they don't always do the greatest job when it comes to drying. Come on, flowers. You gotta get all burned up. I need your petals. Yeah, it is. Because the red sand is heavier, and so it blocks it. Which I'm a little okay with at the moment because I got this stuff. Oh no, that's right, because I got the thing to I have the thing to just auto grab stuff. Ooh, do I want to put it there? Maybe. No, not there. There. Ooh, actually, we're going to do like so. And then we'll see if the void bloom will manage to get slurped up by the filter. I don't know. Will that work? I don't know. We'll test this. We'll see if if it gets far enough that the filter grabs it, will the flux emanator allow it to get sucked in, or will it just get stuck in here? That could be our next test. It's just going to take 10 more years. Oh, it works. Nice. I was about to go to the menu instead of going into this menu. I was going to click on that to take me to this menu. That's not how it works. Okay, now that the dirt can get down onto the shakers, maybe we can get enough to buy the rocket launcher. Do I want to go this way? Yeah, I think I still want to wait until I can get the rocket launcher, because it just takes so long to dig through there. Oh, I haven't busted that yet. That would be why it won't let me pick it up. Ooh, ooh, guys, we got it. We got it. Rocket. I don't need this slag thingy. There we go. I wanted. Want that. Okay. Triple shot. And firing faster. There. Another first world problem solved. Let's see. Definitely want to get that quick reloading or quick loading, because that'll make it so that I can, you know, not have to wait for 30 seconds to get my next rocket. definitely think the pipes are probably going to be the next thing, just so I can move water around to places I need it. Oh, barely. Too far. Oh, I just remembered. I'm probably due to not sanitize. I kind of, but I'm due to wash my boots because I need to get my boots all cleaned up. All sorts of gritty stuff on. After I wash them, I can do the mink oil. I think it's mink oil. I think that's what I've got. Make sure that my boots last me a long time. Okay, well, still a little bit of petals. Nope. Grabber. Don't know, I was about to go back down to go grab more red sand. What I need is more petals right now. There. Fire started. Plants burning. Red sand coming to mix with petals. Flux emanator slurping it all up. I don't think there's going to be enough to give me another upgrade. I mean, once it does a few more cycles, maybe. Maybe let's speed this up a bit. Okay. Well, we've got the first little bit of a factory going. Definitely glad I found some fluxite. Okay. Well, I definitely think I want faster reload. so beautiful. Nice. Well, we're almost 2.5 hours in, and I finally have a maxed out shooter and a mostly maxed out rocket launcher. I feel like I had a little tickle in my throat there. I keep hitting the wrong button. There is an entrance to this somewhere else. It's probably in that one tunnel. Yeah, this one it goes down, and then if you go this way, it goes down and around and gets to the other side. Or I did that one end. Right, yeah, no, it ended in that cave. Right. It's the 500. I forgot. Couldn't remember if it was like 200 or 300, or if it was 1,000, or was it in between? I couldn't remember. Gonna slowly fill up. Maybe that'll work. Probably helps if I'm on the other side. Let's see if this works. Okay, well, we've got a basic setup. It's not very good, but it's functional until we get more stuff. So I think this is where I'm going to end this one today. I like to tell you guys to come join me tomorrow, but tomorrow night I'm not going to stream because of work shift. So, not tomorrow night, but Tuesday night, you are welcome to come join me. We can play some Abiotic Factor. Otherwise, hopefully you guys have enjoyed, whether it was the quiet stretches with the ASMR gun going off, I guess, or whether it was the fun conversations we've had today. I hope you guys have enjoyed. So, feel free to hit the likes and the subscribes and the notifications and all that kinds of fun stuff if you want to join me next week, or whenever it does happen if you want. So until next time, have fun.